Hi everyone. I hope you had a fantastic Christmas day and Christmas Eve, and that you got to spend some time relaxing and hanging out with the people that matter in your life. We had a really nice Christmas Eve just at home with the four of us, hanging out and watching movies, playing cards, eating, that sort of stuff. We had hoped to have a similar Christmas day, but it didn't quite go to plan. We got up yesterday morning. It's Boxing Day as I'm filming this, but we got up yesterday morning about 7:45 and came downstairs and started getting ready to open our gifts. And I went to light a candle on our coffee table in our living room. And we've got a barbecue lighter that folds in half. And I've done this before, so I don't know what I was thinking. I was distracted, but the end of the lighter gets really hot, and I folded it over, and usually I hold it a specific way to keep myself from burning myself because I've done it before. And like I said, I wasn't paying attention and ended up touching the hot end with the palm of my hand and quite badly burnt my hand. I think it's probably a 2nd degree burn, but it's pretty small. So I basically spent, hey Joey, I basically spent all day with my hand in a bowl of cool water, trying to keep the pain at bay. And so opening gifts was fun. We usually have it set up so the kids open all of their gifts first, and then my husband and I open our gifts second. And we did that, but it was hard to pay attention to the kids because my hand hurt. And when it came time for me to open my gifts, I had to have help. So that kind of stunk. But then my husband had to cook dinner because I was unable to cook. So yeah, the day just didn't really go quite as we had hoped, but it could be worse. The pain in my hand is gone now, and I've got it all wrapped up to keep it clean. But yeah, it wasn't the Christmas day. Can you move? Wasn't the Christmas day that we had hoped for. I filmed putting together our Christmas Day dessert, so I'll insert that after we're done here, and you can let me know what you think of that. And I figured I would do a little what I got for Christmas haul for you guys. We do gifts for everyone in our house. I'm a very gifts motivated person. I really like giving gifts. My kids, there's, I won't say no expenses spared because it's not like we have endless money, but my kids definitely get spoiled for Christmas, and I really like getting gifts too. So I make sure my husband and I are both spoiled, as well as he wants a Peloton bike, and the budget didn't quite allow for it over the holidays. So he's basically going to save up over the next couple of months here, and we'll buy a bike probably in the spring. So that's going to be his main gift, but I did get him some clothes and some whiskey. His stocking was all whiskey. I think I got 6 bottles of whiskey for him, and a bunch of coffee for our espresso maker on our main floor, and some sweaters. So he didn't get a whole lot, but he definitely spoiled me. It's no secret that I do like luxury products. I like the experience of buying luxury, but we're not in a position where luxury is something that I can buy more than, maybe 1 or 2 times a year. So I've tried to shift my focus over the last couple of years, less so from maybe buying a really expensive handbag a couple times a year to more focusing on more luxury, unbranded basics. So for instance, I think almost 6 years ago now, I bought a Louis Vuitton Neverfull, and that's basically my day-to-day purse. I use it constantly, and I still love it. But bought another Louis Vuitton vintage purse as well. And so a lot of the brands that I do like, or a couple of the brands that I do like on the lower end, but that look quite luxurious, are brands like Kuyana, just beautiful plain leather bags, leather accessories. And then another brand that I found recently, I can't remember where I saw it. I don't know if it was Lydia Millen or somebody like that was talking about this brand. And I had never heard of it before, and they just make really beautiful luxury leather purses that are sort of on par with Coach, Kate Spade, Tory Burch, that kind of price range. But they're just, you know, Laura Piana kind of vibes on a budget. Anyways, I will show you what I got. A lot of that is sort of in that range. There's a little bit of luxury in here, a little bit of just beautiful pieces that come from Canadian brands, and then some tech and a really beautiful piece of art from a local artist as well, an original piece of art. So I will go ahead and I'll show you what I got. This was the first item that my husband got me. It's the Clementine bag from The Horse, which is a Australian brand, and I think they're fairly new, but it's just beautiful, very elegant, understated leather bag. It's got, you know, the flap on the top. It's fairly roomy on the inside, and it magnets closed. It's got, you know, a handle and then a really nice crossbody or shoulder strap as well. Like I said, this is priced sort of on par with Kate Spade and Coach. I think this is around $350 Canadian, so it's really well priced for what you're getting. The leather is beautiful. There's just a little embossing here with their logo, and that's it. So I'm really excited to use this. It's a little bit smaller than I would use for day-to-day, but I don't mind swapping things around, and the color is just gorgeous. I've already got my eye on a couple more pieces from them, and I really think that this is something that, you know, it'll last forever in your collection. Yeah, I'm excited to use it. And then on the other end of the spectrum, we got my very first Dior. The opening experience, the unboxing experience for these luxury brands is always super fun because everything is always packaged so beautifully. So I was really excited to get this. You know, Hermes, Dior, these types of brands, obviously they're very high end, and sort of the entry points for a lot of these brands are, you know, sunglasses or perfumes or cosmetics, or the one spot that I really like to, the one thing that I really like to invest in sort of on the lower end is scarves and twillies. I think these are called mitzas with Dior, but twillies with Hermes. They're obviously super expensive for what you're getting because it's just a little piece of silk, but they are more of an attainable price point, you know, the $300 to $400 range, which is still insane for what you're getting, but they add, you know, a little touch to an outfit. You can tie it onto, you know, the handle of your purse. You can tie it in your hair, you can tie it around your wrist, you can tie it around your neck. You can do all kinds of things to just jazz up a plainer outfit or a more reasonably priced outfit. So that's what he got me from Dior, and I guess the unboxing experience was beautiful. This gorgeous box, and then the tissue paper, and then on the inside, it comes with a little Dior box, and the top of the box, when I opened it, also had a gold metal star ornament. So that's on our tree now as well. Yeah, it was really a really beautiful unboxing experience. So inside is a Christian Dior Twilly. I think this is, I've got it linked down below, but it's like their Rome pattern with really pretty flowers, and the Colosseum, you can just see it right here. And what does it say on it? It says Theatre Monday. Anyways, it's just a really pretty floral scarf, and then on the underside it's got the Christian Dior logo on it as well. So again, I'll use this in the summer around handbag handles or in my hair or whatever. These are nice because I have, I think, 2 Hermes Twillies, and these are quite a bit bigger width and lengthwise than the Hermes ones, so I feel like they're better value for what you get. And then moving on to a few pieces of jewelry. So I really like to support Canadian jewelry brands where I can. There's 3 or 4 companies that I buy from quite regularly. Dean Davidson being one, Hilberg and Burke, which is actually based in Regina, being another for more costumey jewelry. Cara Cotter, based out of Edmonton. I think Dean Davidson is based in Toronto. Yeah, and Majuri. I love Majuri, which is also a Canadian brand. These earrings are from Majuri as well. So my husband picked up a few pieces that were on my list from Hilberg and Burke and Dean Davidson. So we'll see. Hopefully I can show these to you easily. But these are their little Tulum earrings. Hopefully, I don't know if you can see them. I'll put up a picture on the screen here as well, but they're just little gold dangle earrings with labradorite in them. These are actually smaller than I thought they were going to be. I think they sell bigger ones, but we accidentally bought the little ones. So these are really pretty. And then the second piece that I got, and again, I'll put these on the screen because I don't know how well you can see them. These are from Hilberg and Burke's first foray into fine jewelry. They're just tiny little lab-grown diamond studs, bezel studs in 14 karat gold. I have a piercing right here and then one at the top of my ear, so I wanted something that matched a pair that I could put into both of those that also had the flat backs on them, so that's these. So those are really pretty. I can't wait to get those in my upper ear piercings. And then the last pair that he picked up for me are these hammered metal studs from Hilberg and Burke as well. They have their sparkle collection with these in larger pieces, but when they came out with these hammered gold ones, I thought they were really beautiful. So that went on my Christmas list as well. So I'm excited to wear these too. And then I'll show you what he put in my stocking, and then I'll take you over and show you the artwork that he bought me as well. You know, he's a really supportive guy, so I was really happy with pieces that he decided to put in my stocking to support this filming journey. So to start with, he bought me a little mini mic set. I haven't opened these yet, but I'll play around with them hopefully in the next week or so, and we'll see how they do. But 2 little microphones. And then he got me this MagSafe phone holder, so this will be nice if I'm, you know, holding my phone or whatever, filming. The phone goes on this side here, so if I want to hold it like that, it's got a nice handle that I can hold on to, and so that's gonna be really handy. And then he also picked me up a little MagSafe ring light as well, that attaches to the back of your phone. And he bought me a DJI phone gimbal, and I need to play with this. I haven't had a chance to really use it yet at all, but I did download. Yeah, it's I'm not sure how to use it yet, but obviously your phone attaches here, and I can't do it because I'm filming on my phone, but your phone attaches there, and it has you know, leveling technology, and then it also has technology to follow you as you're filming. And then there's also a little tripod as well. So that, once I figure out how to use it, should be super handy for filming. I've got my eye on the DJI Osmo. Camera. So I don't know when I'll get a camera. Probably sometime in the next 6 months or so I'll buy one, but for now I'm still filming on my phone. But I've got my eye on that, and then possibly a handheld. I don't know. I've got some research to do and some shopping around to do, but that's kind of where I'm at for now. So those are all the gifts that he had in my stocking. And then there was one other piece that he bought that was technically for my stocking, but it was too big to fit in, so I'll show you that here in a minute. But then I want to just speak. I love, in case you can't tell, 3 pairs of earrings. I love jewelry. I love earrings in particular. Earrings are the one piece that I will sort of switch out on a regular basis. I wear all the same rings. They're all family rings. passed down from my parents, or wedding rings, that sort of stuff. And then the necklace that I wear is one that I don't change out too often, but so earrings are really the place where I play with jewelry. So I have a lot of earrings, but I did buy some more from Dean Davidson, which I've got linked down below. Their sale right now is pretty good. They everything in their sale section is an additional 20% off, and they've got some beautiful pieces in there. I love Dean Davidson. They're more kind of minimal basics, but sort of sculptural, really pretty pieces. So those pieces are quite well priced, and they had a few in the sale that I've had my eye on. So I picked those up. I've got them flashing on the screen here. I don't have them yet, but they'll be in when they come in. If anyone's interested, I can show them to you. And then I'm super excited because Quince finally ships to Canada, and I've heard about this brand from other YouTubers for years and haven't been able to order because they don't ship here. But I was looking at their jewelry recently, and I ordered 2 pairs yesterday from their website, and I find it really, really interesting because the pairs that I got are identical to pairs that I had eyed up on Majuri's website. They're no longer on Majuri's website, but they were there up until, well, one pair I tried to buy it this summer, but they'd just taken it offline. Pearl earrings. So there's a few pairs of earrings on their website that are very similar, if not identical, to pieces that Majuri is either carrying now or used to carry, and they are half the price of Majuri. So I'm going to be keeping my eye on that. I love to support Majuri, but you can't say no to 50% off. There's just a couple more pieces here, so I'll show those to you. So our house is an absolute disaster right now from Christmas, but one of the things that my husband did get me is this box light set. And it's great because this tripod can hold just a standard camera in addition to the box lights. There we go. Okay, so that will really come in handy, especially filming like cooking videos in the evening after work, because it gets super dark in here fairly early. So this will be really great. And then the last piece that he got me is this absolutely beautiful watercolor. This one here from Jenny Hykonen, I think is how you pronounce her name. She's an artist based in Saskatoon, and I've been eyeing up her pieces for quite a while. So this is an original watercolor, and she also does prints, and she takes antique frames and repurposes them, refinishes them and repurposes them. So it comes completely framed, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I love it so much. I actually went on her site yesterday and bought a print. So she does sell prints of these as well. And it's gorgeous. I can't wait to collect more from her. I've been following her for quite a while, so I'm really excited to have some of her pieces in my collection now. And then she sent a little watercolor, she sent a little watercolor print here as well, that I'm gonna frame and put in my dressing room, in my closet. So that's gorgeous. And then just a little thank you card here I thought was absolutely beautiful as well. So I'm going to get probably a 2x3 frame and cut this down and frame this as well. Maybe, I'm not sure, but she wrote a handwritten note to my husband, thanking him for his purchase. So yeah, it was a very luxurious Christmas. Very blessed, very happy with the items that I received. So yeah, minus the the hand injury, it was, you can see the absolute disaster behind me. The house is still destroyed, but that's okay. It means we had fun, and we're all tired and just trying to relax now. But yeah, super happy with the pieces that we got. Super happy with how Christmas went, aside from burning my hand. And just looking forward to having a few more days of relaxation before we go back into the real world. So yeah, we'll go over to a couple of days ago when I was putting together our Christmas dessert, and I'll show you how I did that. I didn't bother filming the baking of the cake. The last video that I posted didn't do super well, which is fine. this is all so new and it's been so fun, but it's interesting to see how videos perform. So that one didn't do so well, so I didn't bother with filming the entire bake process. So I just showed you how it was put together. The cake was delicious. It turned out fantastic. And then I'll show you how it looked last night as we took the acetate surround off of it. But so yeah, so we'll cut to Christmas Eve. Hey everyone, it's Christmas Eve and I'm getting our dessert for Christmas dinner tomorrow night assembled today. And it'll just go sit probably covered up in the garage overnight because we have no room in our fridge right now. It's so stuffed full of food. But I am making the dulce de leche cake from Christina Tosi's All About Cake. The instructions for assembly are on page 227. And that's what it looks like here. I figured you probably didn't need to see me baking all of the components. So I figure I'll save you guys the pain of watching me bake for an hour and just spend a few minutes putting the cake together. So it's a layer cake. It's got 3 layers of frosting and dulce de leche and milk bar crumbs and dulce de leche cake. And it looks amazing. So we're gonna get started. Everything's already all done. The components are baked and ready to go. So you need 1 recipe of the dulce de leche cake, which is in the book. You need some milk, some dulce de leche, milk crumbs, which I've made, and then 1 recipe of the dulce de leche frosting, which is also already done. And then you also need acetate and a 6-inch cake ring. So I think we should be good. So we will go ahead and get started. I've got frosting here. The cake itself is all baked and ready to go here. And then the milk crumbs are here. And then we just need some milk and some dulce de leche, which is in the fridge. So the first thing that we're gonna do is get the cake out of the quarter sheet pan. I don't really like the fact that they make you cut the cakes out of a sheet cake and that they don't really make enough cake to cut 3 perfect layers. There's enough here to cut 2 layers and then you have to piece the 3rd one together. Whatever, I know it works. I've done, like I said, I've done it before, so we'll see what happens. But the first step is to get it turned out on the board. And the bottom was completely lined with parchment paper. So I knew we'd be okay there. Okay, so at the end of the day, our Fable cereal bowls are about as close as I'm gonna get. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use those. I'm just gonna press down like a cookie cutter. Now what it says to do is to make the bottom layer the cobbled together piece. I don't really like that simply because it's less stable. So I'm gonna do that piece in the center. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna cut out 2 rounds and then I'll fill it with all the cake scraps here. And I'm going to make my acetate round first before I do anything else. So I'm gonna use this as the base. I've got 2 rounds of acetate here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna join them together and tape them just with Scotch tape. I'm gonna do it all the way down the length of it so it's a little more stable. The length of the seam so it's a little bit more stable. I'm gonna start with this and then I'm gonna wrap it around the cake. Let's do it this way. I'm gonna wrap it around the cake fairly snugly. Pop that off and then I'm gonna do the same thing with this one. I'm just gonna tape it all the way down the seam. Let's see. So you want it to be fairly snug, but it doesn't need to be perfect. It's just mostly to keep everything in shape. So the first thing that you have to do is pour or brush the top of the cake with a little bit of milk, just to help soften it up a bit and keep it moist. We're just gonna sort of coat the top of the cake. That's probably about enough. And then the next step is to spread about half of the dulce de leche on top of the cake and spread it out. And you'll probably see pretty quickly here why the acetate comes in handy. It just sort of prevents everything from and sliding out. It's gonna probably drip down a little bit, but that's fine. And then the next step is to sprinkle a third of the milk bar crumbs all over that layer. And then you want to just push those down on top of the dulce de leche. We're gonna spread about a third of the dulce de leche frosting over the layer here. And you want to make sure to have it reasonably thick at the edges because you're going to see the edges, and it looks a lot nicer if you can see the frosting. Then the next step is to fit in the next layer. So I'm going to go with the broken pieces here. Let's see how this fits in. I'm going to break off whatever doesn't. Just fill the center with scraps, and then you repeat the process. So first, brushing the cake with some milk. And that'll help this all kind of mush together and settle together as it sits overnight. And then the other half of the dulce de leche, a third of the cake crumbs, and the final layer. Look at fit in here. Of course, this is leaking dulce de leche out the side, so I think what I'll do is I'll definitely cool this down with the acetate on it. We're gonna put the last chunk of frosting, no dulce de leche, on this layer. I'm gonna do a fairly smooth top on this. And then it's just gonna get topped with the rest of the crumbs, and we're done. What I will do, I'm gonna go put this out to cool down now. And then when I take the acetate off of it tomorrow before we eat dinner, or before we have dessert, I will take a few seconds of video to show you how it turned out. But that's how it looks when you're done. I mean, we still have the acetate on it. You can definitely see that there's layers to it, but yeah, it looks great. And I can't wait to show you how it turned out after it cools down. And I will do that tomorrow when we get it out for dinner. I'm gonna. Okay, so just a nice quick short video to show you what we got for Christmas, or what I got for Christmas, and some of the buys that I scooped up for Boxing Day. And again, if anyone wants to see these pieces as they come in, I can show them to you for sure. Everything's linked down below. I do appreciate your support. I'd love for one day this to turn into a full-time job for me. So if you do click on the links, they are, most of them are affiliate links. So if you do make a purchase, I get a small commission, as I'm sure you're aware. And it just helps me move towards my dream of crawling out of corporate life. And I'm just really appreciative for everyone that has followed me so far and who likes and comments on the videos and interacts with me. It's been really, really fun, and I've really enjoyed it. So thank you. I think the next video will probably be sometime next week once I'm feeling a little bit better with my hand. We need to desperately clean out our pantry and give everything a good cleaning and organizing as we head into the new year. And then my closet also needs to be done as well. So that'll be kind of the next couple of videos here, I'm thinking, over the next couple of weeks. But yeah, again, if you have anything you want to see, any suggestions, let me know. I'm happy to help film anything that you want to see, because it helps me get motivated to clean up and to organize around the house and to cook good meals and that sort of stuff. So again, I hope you had a fantastic Christmas, and I hope that you are getting to relax over the next few days. I hope that you have a fantastic new year. And I will see you again probably in 2026. Thanks everyone. Bye. Burn tan. Bye.